Samsung launches
Ooh.
new Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Z Fold 4 smartphones. Yay! They're literally
The most
almost the same
revolutionary
as.
products of 2022. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Tech Unlocked podcast, the podcast where we unlock the latest tech news, leaks, and rumors so you don't have to. I'm one of your hosts, Benji from TechWiz Tech, and I'm joined, as always, by my fellow co-host, Taylor from Mr. Smartwatch. And today we have another special guest that we've already had before who will be replacing either me or Taylor. You will find out in a minute for a couple of weeks.
The revolution is now.
Yes. So we're firing. So before we get into today's episode, we've got a bunch of stuff to talk about in terms of iOS 16, iPhone 14 again, as usual, Apple Watch Series 8. We're getting closer to the release, so we've got a lot of juicy leaks and rumors. And of course, we can't forget Samsung had an event recently and they announced the same products from last year, but we'll get into that in a minute. So let's start off talking a little bit about what's going to go down. Taylor, do you want to tell the people what's happening and why you're getting fired?
Well, I mean, I guess my schedule didn't, coincide with these two. So they're firing me and Connor's replacing me. No, I'm kidding.
Forever.
People just like me that much when I was on the podcast last that they decided they don't want you anymore. I'm taking over. Hostile takeover.
Yeah, no, that
Elon
video got
style.
so many views. That video was like the most watched podcast. And they're like, oh, you got to have Conor. Conor needs to replace Taylor or Benji.
Because I cancelled you. That's why.
Exactly.
No, in all seriousness, I'm having a procedure done and I'm going to need some time off to concentrate on myself. And so hopefully when I get back, it's going to be better, stronger, and it's gonna be good. So I'm gonna be taking some time off. As for my channel, I'm trying to get as much done, as far as content goes. There's probably gonna be some weeks that I'm not gonna be able to do content, but we'll see what happens.
But in the meantime, me and Conor will be continuing the legacy. And actually, two things that I want to mention before we let Conor share some thoughts and stuff. And now they've completely left my head because I received a message. The first one. Season 2 is happening soon of the podcast. Yes, I know this was technically season 1, and we've got a couple of upgrades coming. We've got a new logo that's already been made. Looks pretty sick, and we actually paid money for it. So there you go. It wasn't a big deal because I had like some credit on Fiverr, so I was like, might as well use them. And also we're going to be upgrading the quality. We're going to be using a different platform, and we've got a couple of other details that we're working on, and we're not going to spoil anything too much. But also, it's almost been a year since we started the podcast, which is pretty exciting. Pretty weird. We're on episode 41, and it's also almost been a year. Of course, we've skipped a couple weeks along the way, but yeah, it's been a great time. Conor, do you have any thoughts you would like to share before we jump into today's episode? Good morning.
Today,
where did you go?
We are replacing Taylor on the podcast. We were so excited to introduce Tech Unlocked Season 2 with no Taylor.
Oh,
even more Benji, even less Taylor.
It's not season 2 yet. We're not taking things up yet. September.
In all seriousness, no, I'm not going to be invited back after today. So let's make it good.
No, there'll have to be at least like 2 or 3 episodes with Conor. I'm gonna try to get him canceled as much as possible.
I mean, I've already done that to myself too many times. Have you seen me channel? I'm fairly sure that's every single video.
Yeah, pretty much.
That
Anyway.
is a mission statement in my channel's mission statement to get cancelled. That is one
Oh
of the
boy.
mission statements.
Go viral, get cancelled.
Show my ass off on the YouTube stream. That's the third one. Thanks, John.
All right.
Jesus.
Well, on to
can
serious
we not
things.
do a John Prosser, please? Like that.
Hey, that's why I have center stage.
I mean, true, but still.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Oh God.
Sorry, John.
Taylor, anything else you would like to say before we hop into the news?
Oh yeah, news.
Not much. I would like to thank you, Benji, for this opportunity in the podcast, and I've been having a lot of fun. But again, like I said, I think now it's time to step back and concentrate on life and myself. And like I said, when I get back, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a brand new me. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So stay tuned, guys. Just pray for me. I do want to ask that you pray for me and keep me in your thoughts. But when I do come back, there's going to be a brand new me, both here and on Mr. Smartwatch. So, yeah.
Exciting stuff.
Definitely.
Right. So if that's all of the
Pleasantries
I
out
don't
the
know.
way.
Yeah, there you go.
Emotional.
All that out of the way. Now
Emotional
let's get into
damage.
some tech news. Let's get into some tech news, talk about some controversial stuff. So,
Excellent.
first up, first news story, third-party browsers are now starting to support Apple Pay
Woo, about time.
in iOS 16 for the first time since, well, Apple Pay was introduced on Safari, which was a very long time ago. So now if you have Google Chrome or Firefox, you'll be able to use Apple Pay through those browsers, which means I might use Safari a little bit less, which is not good, but
Ooh. Backing out
Trader.
of the Apple ecosystem.
We're actually going to fire Benji now as well. I'm taking over.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. I prefer Safari just because of how quick it is and how efficient it is. But there are some things with Google Chrome, like some plugins that I use, like for YouTube, I use vidIQ, and even like for a lot of stuff with work, I use Google Chrome. So I'm kind of like, most of the time I'm using Safari, but then there's times where I'm using Chrome. Like on the iPad and my phone, I don't have Google Chrome. I use Safari because it's
right. Yeah, me too.
It's a no-brainer.
I mean, I gotta confess, I'm using Google Chrome right now for this podcast. So
Trader,
same, because there's no other option. Like it's either Firefox or it's Opera or some other, or Microsoft Edge. I don't know if you can use that on Mac.
I hear everyone gets a free. I hear everyone gets a free web browser when you go to Opera.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
You get a web browser. You get a web browser. You get a web browser.
Dishing out web browsers to everyone. But yeah, so this is exciting stuff for people who care about it.
Yeah.
Of course, it's still rolling out slowly. Like it won't be available right away. It'll probably be available when iOS 16 is actually available. But yeah, now you won't have to. If you want to use Google Chrome, you can now pay
and
for
now,
things.
And now you actually have. And now you actually have a reason to upgrade to iOS 16. Because a lot of people, I'm very surprised. Like a lot of people in my family even don't upgrade their phones. They're like, "Oh, how do I do that?" Like
I can't use my phone for 5 minutes.
I don't
that
want
sucks.
I don't want to make my phone slower than it is, and it's just like, well, either way, you're gonna have problems. You know. So just
well, Taylor, there's an easy solution to this. All you have to do is pay for a nice dinner, buy them a few drinks, and then let them go home to bed. And then when they're blacked out, drunk, you take their phones and you upgrade them to iOS 16. It's that simple. Fairly an inconvenience.
Not so simple when they have passcodes, Connor.
Yeah, but when they're drunk, they're more likely to give them out.
That is true, though.
I'll buy you an extra drink if you give me the password.
I need your
Okay.
password for Apple Pay.
What? Why are you trying to?
Just goes
Why
to
are
the
you
store.
trying to make me drunk?
Go on a spying spree.
Oh.
Anyway,
I just went
before.
update your phone.
Jeez.
How do we even get into this? Anyway,
I don't know.
Taylor, do you wanna touch on the next topic?
Sure. So Apple finally gives us what we want for a very long time, which is the battery percentage on iOS. So technically we could see it, but you had to swipe down on the menu and then you can see it. But now it's actually going to be on top of the battery, which is pretty cool, I guess. But I've seen some pictures and some videos on it, and without that percentage sign, it kind of looks weird just having the number on top of the battery. But that's just me. What are you guys' thoughts on it, and are you guys excited for it?
So, two things that I hate about it. Number one, my iPhone 13 mini does not have it. It's not supported on the mini iPhones, and I don't think the 10R
Oh
or the
yeah,
11 either. For some
oh
reason,
yeah,
I don't
that's
know why
another thing.
I understand the mini iPhones, but I don't understand the 10R and the 11. Like, how are
Yeah,
they different? Because they're cheaper.
right.
But also, a lot of people have been complaining that when they that swipe and open the control center, the battery, like the design of the battery icon goes back to the old version, and it's like
I've
very
seen that.
inconsistent. So those are things
That's
I
a
don't
minor
like. But
thing.
honestly, in terms of design, I kind of like it. It would be nice if the battery, how do I explain this? Like right now, when the battery goes down, the white bit gets smaller or something, and it moves further to the left. I don't know if that makes any sense. But that doesn't happen on the newer one. You just have the number, and then the battery icon is always full, unless it's, I think, in low power mode or something like that.
Yeah, I don't
So
like that.
that's a bit annoying. I don't like that. But other than that, I mean, I didn't care before about the battery percentage being up there. It's literally just a swipe away, or if you've had a phone like this for long enough, you can kind of guess how much battery you've got.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that they've added it for the people who really, really, really cared and really missed it. But, eh.
I just don't
Dude,
care.
I was so surprised that I'm sorry to cut you off, Connor, but I was
No,
so
you're good.
surprised that so many people tweeted it out and made videos on it. Like when I saw people making videos on it, I'm just like, what? I mean,
And
I
it's also,
understand tweeting it out, but making videos on it just solely saying, "Oh, Apple has battery percentage now on iOS," and it's just like,
yeah, they
okay,
make like 10-minute video on the reasons why.
yeah,
No, but the thing is,
seriously,
now that Apple is giving the people what they want, but now people are finding other things to complain about.
Yep.
Like they're complaining about the
Welcome to
design.
Twitter.
They're like,
Yeah.
"Thank you." They're like, "Thank you. We have battery percentage, yay!" And then a couple hours later, they're like, "Oh, actually, the design sucks. I don't want this
I
anymore."
was going to say that. I had some fairly controversial tweets, and someone asked me on Twitter, are you not happy with this change? Because I said, are you happy now, Twitter? That's exactly what I said, and that's the context, and that's the tone of voice I was going with. And someone said, are you not happy to add percentage? And I said, well, I'm happy that Twitter will shut up about it, but am I happy they added the feature? I couldn't care less.
exactly.
I'm one of these people that leaves their phone on the base locks wallpaper, and I have the base home screen. I don't change my home screen. I don't customize
Damn.
my phone. I just want it to work.
True.
Yeah.
And news.
All right. So if you guys have any other, if you guys don't have any other thoughts, we can move on to
Yep.
the next topic. So Apple is cracking down on websites sharing the iOS 16 developer beta. So we've seen betaprofiles.com was a very well-known website and has existed for a couple years. They've
Yep.
now shut down their website because they don't want to
Wait,
get into
what?
legal battles with Apple.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Yesterday
that's where I got my bases.
Yeah, same.
How am
So
I going to make videos?
I don't know. There's
I'm
probably
going
some
to have to pay
other.
for it.
There's still going to be some other sketchy places where you can get it, or just buy a developer profile for $100 a year.
Yeah, no,
That's
I'm all
probably
set.
what I'll end up doing it.
No.
That's probably what I'll end up doing next
So
year.
wait, what's gonna happen to the people who've downloaded betas off that website? Are
They're
they
fine because it's
nothing? They just still have the beta, unless you delete the profile. If you delete the profile, then you can't update anymore.
I shouldn't have deleted the beta profile now in hindsight.
Whoops. I guess you'll have to wait until the full release now.
Well, to be fair, that was the plan because my watch was specced.
Oh God!
I gotta watch my language.
Yeah.
Enjoy editing this.
I will. Yeah, so they're getting rid of websites that are sharing the beta profile. It's crazy how it took them so long to, like, I guess they got bored and they're like, oh, yeah. we can't fix all these bugs in iOS. Let's just go and try to arrest some people, cause some trouble.
Yeah.
Let's try to get some people in jail. So yeah, so beta profiles is gone. I don't know what other websites people used, but there are some other websites. They're still gonna, like, these beta profiles are still gonna go around. It's not like Apple's.
Oh yeah.
Apple's tried to stop leaks for years, and they still haven't to this day.
John Prosser still lives.
Exactly, John Prosser's still alive and still leaking stuff left, right, and center. Even if sometimes it's slightly incorrect.
Not only that, but not only that, like he's been, like, I can't say threatened, but like he's had the thing where, you know, he could potentially get his site down, and you know, and you know, maybe even fired from his job.
YouTube decides you're fired. Shuts John down.
He's never going to be able to leave the US because as soon as he leaves the US, he's just going to get caught by the police.
Probably.
Freedom of the press.
Tim Cook's just pulling up in his Apple car.
It's just a big Magic Mouse, but you still have to charge it from the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. He has to turn the car around to charge it.
Could you imagine Tim Cook driving up to John's house and then John leaks the Apple car because Tim was in?
And Tim just pulls out his gun. He's like,
listen, I'll let you shoot me if you let me put this up on my website. It's a fair deal, right? Everyone will call it a fake Apple leak anyways, so why do I care?
Yeah, true.
I guess at the end of the day, he's literally just sharing information that somebody has shared with him, so it's not exactly his fault that the leaks are getting out there. He's just like, oh, if you have leaks, send them to me, and then people send it to him, and then he's like, oh, here you go, leaks.
True.
Views, money. Even if they're incorrect sometimes. But anyway.
Maybe we should come up with fake Apple leaks just to get a few views on YouTube. I hear it worked out for Shrimp Apple Pro.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that, guys. Apple Pencil 3 will have lightning.
What?
We'll charge by lightning. And then the next MacBook Pro, well, that's switching to lightning as well.
Yeah.
No more USB-C ports. It's a 12-inch MacBook with a single lightning port. That's
exactly, yeah. And it's not the newer lightning port. It's like they're going back to the first generation.
30-bit.
They're going back to their roots. So it's the first generation lightning cable.
A FireWire port. Just a MacBook with a FireWire port. That's it.
Jeez,
yeah, something like that.
FireWire, Thunderbolt 2, and the CD slot. We're going back to basics, boys.
Yeah, I'm all set with that.
Anyway, Taylor, do you want to touch on the next point before we get cancelled here?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, that's already happened.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that happened like 10 minutes ago. But so hints of iPhone 14 Pro always on display, maybe an Xcode 14 beta. What are you guys' thoughts?
Who cares? It's an iPhone. You're not going to be looking at your iPhone when the screen is powered off. I guess looking at the watch. But if your iPhone is in your pocket, why do you want the screen on?
Now, I think an always on display, it depends. Like, yes, in your pocket, it's going to be off anyway. But I found, like, when I had Android phones and I had always on displays, it was great sometimes, especially when I was driving. I just have the phone there with the time. Of course, now a lot of modern cars have, like, the clock and everything on the dash or whatever.
You're not
But, like, for
supposed to be
example,
using
my
your phone
car,
while you're driving, Benji.
don't tell the government that. No, but I mean, like I put my phone on like on a car mount, and the screen is there and it's blank and it's not doing anything. It would be nice if it had like the clock where I could just glance over at it and see what the time is,
Yep.
things like that. And even like sometimes you put your phone on a table. There are people who don't have Apple Watches. They just glance over at the phone and the clock is there.
Right.
But
Those
apparently
are
this is
fake
going to be like
fans.
an exclusive to the newer iPhones, the Pro models.
Because they couldn't bring that
So
to the 13 because that has an LTPO display.
yeah, I don't
You
get
need
it because there's Android phones have had always on displays for years, even before OLED, I think.
we need
So
the eye hole. It needs the eye hole. You can't. We need our iPhone branding in the eye hole. We can't. It's officially for that.
Yeah. Jesus.
yeah, but honestly, I'm excited to see how Apple's going to implement the always on display. Like there have been some rumors
Oh
that it's
yeah.
going to be like the wallpaper is going to dim and everything, and you're still going to see the wallpaper, but it's going to be like
Okay, so
different.
I actually want to touch on that a little bit.
Mm.
So we've seen that the what's it called? The goldfish wallpaper.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
that to me was just
clownfish.
the weirdest thing. The clownfish, yes.
You need to stop
Um
clowning around, Taylor.
very funny. And I mean it's cool, but that was one of the weirdest wallpapers that they could have used for that demo, I think. But what are you
Yeah.
guys' thoughts on that?
Well, I mean,
Because
I guess it'll work with any wallpaper, so it doesn't really matter. But I think the fish wallpaper was like one of the originals. I think on the iPhone, the original iPhone, they had that as a
yeah,
wallpaper. I guess Steve
yeah,
Jobs was a
Something
bit
like
of a
that.
clown himself, so he put a
exactly.
clownfish
And
as
then
a,
it
I don't
goes
know.
to that.
What?
People thought he was a clown.
What?
Goes to, so that's what it would look like. And then it would go to that.
Yeah,
Interesting. Interesting. Okay.
I actually
Yeah.
have it
and
always on display. It's the official iPhone 13 iPhone
Yeah.
always on display. It's
Right.
actually Tim Cook's personal phone. He dropped it at a bar.
Oh
I never told him to
god.
Gizmodo.
plot twist: he's the one leaving the iPhones in the bars. Um,
I
After he,
mean,
I can't make that joke either.
knowing you, Connor. Knowing you, I already know what's coming. Oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Anywho, all right. So moving on. Next topic: iPhone 14 Pro predicted to start with 256 gigabytes of storage, alongside rumored price increase. So we've been hearing that the iPhones this year are going to be going up in price, which is not a good sign.
yeah.
Of course, some people are blaming Apple for this. Some people are blaming inflation for this. Some people are blaming the president of the United States for this.
Thanks,
But
Obama.
but apparently, what's going to be better about this, at least on the Pro models, is it's going to start at 256 gigabytes because it's going to have like an 8K camera and it already has ProRes, stuff like that.
Who
So
cares?
yes, they're raising the price, but you're also getting more storage. So in the end, you're basically paying the same as you would if you bought a 256 gigabyte iPhone 13 Pro.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Um,
make it any cheaper. That just means, oh, we've gotten rid of the option for the people that want to cheap out and just,
yeah, which
that's
I guess will incentivize people to buy the 14 and the
if,
14 Max a little bit more. Which still
yeah.
those still will be getting a price hike or whatever as
I
well.
Yeah.
suppose I suppose I can settle for the Fisher Price iPhone.
It's the
True.
14. Yeah, and of course no mini iPhone this year, so that's
Boo.
sad. But the
How's it
14 Pro
feel
is
to
going to
be
start at
holding the last
256
mini?
gigabytes, so that's exciting. What?
I mean, it should have started at 256 gigabytes as soon as they gave it the Pro name, but that's a different discussion.
Yeah, but I guess they're finally doing it now.
My MacBook has more storage. Well, have the same amount of storage in the base model as an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
true.
right.
Yeah.
That's not right.
It's weird, but
Speaking of weird, our sponsor.
Our non-existent sponsor. Yeah. So yeah, so that's
TechWiz
iPhone
Tech.
14 Pro.
I
That's
actually paid
iPhone
to be on
14
here.
Pro.
I was gonna say, you good, Benji? What's going on over there?
Yeah.
You seem
He's just he's just contemplating life. He thinks he's going to buy an Android. He thinks he's going to buy a Fold 4. Trade in this mini.
No.
Go
It's
all
just
in.
so
Get
it's
washed.
just so hot in this room and struggling to think sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
geez.
know.
Anyway.
It's so warm in this room as well. I could nearly walk outside onto the road right now.
okay, Connor. No need to show off there, buddy boy. Yeah, shall we move on to Apple Watch now?
Yes.
One of my favorites here. So, standard Apple Watch Series 8 rumored to feature same design as the Series 7.
Wow.
Bruh.
Wow,
Shocker.
real cool.
Dude.
Amazing. Everybody who has a Series
Wow.
7 needs to get their money ready to upgrade.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Revolutionary.
Exactly.
How cool is that?
I mean, this is kind of like a Samsung move. I mean,
It really is.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna call
hate
it the
to say,
Samsung
I
move
hate
from
to
now
say,
on.
I hate to say it, Apple, but this is a Samsung move. But yeah, I mean, I guess if we get upgrades internally, cool. But honestly, like, I honestly hope that there's a slight design change from Series 7 to the Series 8. But
I know what you
according to
want.
this, I guess not.
I know what you want. You want them to change the watch band attachment.
Heck
What?
no.
No.
That's the slight
No.
design change you were looking
No.
Specify it, please.
Uh-uh.
Don't make me do that.
No, please.
I can't wait.
That is the
can't wait for
last thing I want. That is the last thing I want. Because, okay, so you guys remember that I reviewed a watch a couple months ago, and that was horrible because it was literally you had to grab a little pin on the back of the watch to actually take off that watch band, and that type of thing is not welcome on Apple Watch. So if you are planning to do something like that, please rethink your thoughts. That's all I'm gonna say.
Stop it. Get some help. No, but also if they did change the watch attachment, that's a problem for me because I have like too many watch bands.
Oh, damn.
Oh, damn. My solution is just to stick with the stock one and then get a bunch of them off AliExpress for like 2 cents.
Yeah, most of mine are from AliExpress, but still, I don't want to go buy a bunch of other ones and then these will just like be thrown in the bin or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, Benji, there's some kids in Africa that could have eaten those watch bands.
What? I could have eaten. All right, I think we're gonna cut that out. It's a bit borderline. Anyway, no, hopefully they don't change the watch band attachments. But
God.
Connor, how evil of you!
What are you on? Like, anyway,
sorry.
Oh God. Yeah.
Is that
So
Okay, so
next up,
basically, this year's Apple Watches are going to be the exact same as last year's, apart from the Pro models, which will not be called Apple Watch Pro. Refer to a couple episodes ago where
Can't wait for the everything Apple
I
Watch
was sure
Pro.
I am.
dude.
It's not going to be called Apple Watch Pro, but
No.
yeah, well, I guess they want people to buy it, so they're going to make people so desperate where they haven't had like a proper redesign since the Series 4, and now there will be a redesign, but it's going to cost 3 times more, and so people are going to be like, "Oh, we haven't had a redesign in like 5 years. I'm just going to go buy this this more expensive
$1,000
thing."
Apple Watch. Here we come.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Bank account, get
No.
ready.
Jesus.
What bank
Yeah,
account?
exactly.
I just bought a car.
They're spending like $3,000 on new tech this September.
Ooh.
Oh
nice.
Jesus.
$4,000. They're buying a new
Yeah,
iPhone.
no.
They're buying a new Apple Watch for both that are upwards of 1,000, and they're going to buy a new iPad that's going to be over 1,000.
Isn't that messed up? Isn't that messed
Yeah.
up that you can spend
Yeah.
$1,000 on an iPhone and then $1,000 on a watch, and the watch will be worth like 2 cents next year?
Oh God.
That's true. Yeah, it's going to lose value quite a bit. And then you've got
Jeez.
Samsung over there that's like now making watches that are almost the same price as Apple's. But
Oh,
Apple's
yeah, they
like,
still make
nah,
watches.
and just running up the ladder. This is the problem. When the iPhone 10 came out, that was like the most expensive iPhone at the time. And then companies started copying them and started making phones that were the same price. And now the standard for a phone of that is about $1,000, which means now
Yeah, but
Apple's going to set a new standard for smartwatch prices where it's $1,000. And then people are going to be like, Samsung's going to be like, oh, they've done it, so we can do it too. So they just raise the prices of theirs to like
yeah, but if you think about
850,
iPhone
and then
10,
they're like, oh, it's still cheaper. And yeah.
yeah, but like if you
Yeah.
think about iPhone 10 had that had the stainless steel like sides, it had the glass, it had Face ID. That could justify the €1,000. Like it's a lot, but it could justify it. Whereas a Samsung or any other phone that wants to be £1,000, they're still aluminum. They're not stainless steel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
They did do ceramic for a little while.
ceramic, one drop and that's gone.
You know, I had a ceramic S10 Plus, and it's like this thing is not even. It wasn't any more durable than stainless steel. In fact, it was worse. It scratched way
lovely.
easier.
Oh yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
that's in the
Benji,
past. Who cares?
Benji, did you see my questions on the note?
Ah,
I added a
Oh.
question to
yes.
yeah.
We'll cover that. So other news for Apple Watch Series 8, although it will not be getting a redesign, it may be getting a high accuracy temperature sensor, which has been revealed by patent filings just weeks before the Series 8 unveiling. So we've been hearing about a body temperature sensor for about a year-ish on the Apple Watch, and apparently they've just filed a patent for it. So that's exciting.
Yay.
And it might actually be coming to the Apple Watch. So for the very rare case that you have a fever, then it'll let you know.
I hear
Like,
there's some.
yo,
I hear there's
you
something
have
in
a
the air
fever.
that might help us. What? Hay fever.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, true. Oh god. Oh god. Connor, you're
I
too
am good.
much.
I'm gonna get us cancelled. I know that.
Yes, you are gonna get the podcast canceled. Quit it. All right, so I guess we can go on to number the next story here. So AirPods Pro 2 may have a lightning charging case. USB-C coming in 2023.
What is wrong with Apple?
They're
A
not ready
lot
to
of
make the
things.
change yet.
A
They're
lot
trying to
of
see.
things.
They're trying to see if the EU and other countries change their mind on the whole USB-C thing.
Do you really think they're going to change their minds?
No.
I can't wait for a
Who knows?
mid-cycle case refresh or recall where they have to take every AirPods case back and just give you a USB-C charging capable one, just because they decide not to.
Yeah.
Well, no, apparently, I think I read somewhere that the new AirPods are going to have Lightning, but then next year they're going to release a charging case with USB-C. So if you want USB-C next year, you can upgrade the case, which will probably
so
cost
pointless.
Like half the price of the AirPods, if not more.
Probably.
Yeah, but that's so pointless. That is so pointless. Just release
to
USB-C
be honest,
AirPods.
I don't care what port my AirPods have. I don't even use the port. I just charge it via like wireless or MagSafe.
You see,
So
I'm in
not
a
a problem
different
for me.
situation. I can wirelessly charge my AirPods Pro. I cannot wirelessly charge the AirPods 2. So because I cheaped out. So I would love USB-C. I just carry 2 pairs of AirPods around.
You can just get one of those cases from Amazon that like adds wireless charging to your AirPods.
Yeah, but then that involves me spending money, and I don't want to do that.
It's only like €10 or something.
Yeah, I don't have €10. I just bought a card. That's the thing.
Ouch! That wrong. All right, please, Connor's bank account. God damn.
There goes the iPhone that I wanted to buy this September.
Right? Jesus. All right, so I guess we can go on to the next one.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, go ahead. Next one.
Yeah, so I guess we can go on to. Huh?
What?
What?
I don't know.
I'm just waiting for something to happen. I'm basking in the sun. I'm fine.
Samsung.
Yay. Yeah, so next up, Samsung. Samsung launches new Galaxy Z Flip 4 and Z Fold 4 smartphones. Yay. They're literally
the most revolutionary products of 2022.
They're literally almost the same as last year's. I mean, they have flat edges now, which is cool, I guess.
The Z Flip 4 will win Marquez's Small Phone of the Year award, and that's all I know. It's true. What other phone is that small that packs that much tech?
True. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. The Asus Zenfone 9 or something. Didn't he review that? Yeah, but Benji, that's not a 2022 iPhone. I know you love it that much, but like, it's not a 2022 phone.
It still exists. No, yeah.
That was last year's. That was last year's model.
I think the Z Flip 4 will win it again.
Oh yeah,
it'll win it
easily.
But I mean,
Android cheap.
These phones are basically the same as last year. Slight improvements. Like the thing is, Samsung, like, there's so many things that they can improve on, and like they only improve on the slightest thing. Like they made the Z Fold, they made it slightly larger, but still the cover display is barely usable for most things.
Although it is more, it is shorter and wider to give you a more normal aspect ratio instead of being like a candy bar.
Yeah, but it still is technically a candy bar.
It absolutely is. But it's a bit better of a candy bar. It's a chunkier candy bar.
And then they've also like improved the durability a little bit. Like,
can't wait for Zach's test.
More Ben test snaps in half. Just I think water resistant. I think I saw it was like IPX8 or something. So it's not dust resistant, but it is water resistant. So that's exciting.
When they give it dust resistance, that's when I'm going to be on board.
Yeah.
With that whole racing system. I don't care if it can take water. If I take that thing to the beach and I put it in the water, there's still dust and sand getting in there.
Exactly, yeah. So don't take the Z Fold. The Z Fold is not a beach.
I've dumped this thing in the sea and it's fine.
Yeah.
Granted, I couldn't charge it for 2 months, but like, it's fine.
Just wirelessly charge, Connor. It's not that big of a deal.
MagSafe. Yeah, because screw lightning. I bought a MagSafe puck that day.
Exactly. There you go.
And then I sold it last week for a profit.
How?
Because I bought the MagSafe charger for like 17 quid and I sold it for like 25.
Oh, right. That's pretty good.
Amazon.
Yeah, I got mine from Amazon as well. It's so cheap. Yeah, prices I think are stayed the same, but they lowered the storage or something.
Oh, because that's what you want in a phone that costs $2,000. We're gonna make it more expensive, but we're gonna make it worse.
Yeah,
And
no,
you'll still pay
they
for it.
literally made it the same price, but they lowered the storage on the base model. So now you're paying the same, but you're getting less.
How much is the storage? I wasn't
I
paying enough
think
attention.
I'm trying to see. I think it was like the base model was like 256 gigabytes last year, and now it's
Oh, it's 128.
128.
Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing on a phone that costs $2,000. I could get a
Exactly.
2 terabyte iPad Pro for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
And an iPhone.
that's true.
Probably.
That's true. Yeah,
And an iPhone.
100%. Yeah, so it's fold and flip. Yay, amazing. They also released Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, which I mean, they look all right.
Yeah, but who's going to buy them though?
They're almost as expensive as AirPods Pro.
They're going to include them in the thank you for buying our product kit that you get.
Yeah.
Sorry in advance for the issues you're going to have. Here's a free set of headphones that are worth this, so we can boost our sales numbers.
Exactly.
And no one's ever going to
We're,
buy
we're
them
so
again.
we're so sorry for that day you're gonna go on holiday to like somewhere on the beach and then ruin your Z Fold.
Oh, is that a Samsung phone going through security? Is that a Samsung phone? Yeah, you're going to have to put in this little baggie here, and it'll be waiting for you when you get back.
Damn. Damn. Oh god.
This article also touches on the smartwatches, but I guess we could talk a little bit more about that. Taylor, do you wanna? Assuming as this is your
Mr. Smartwatch, what do
oyster.
you have to say about this?
Bruh, I mean, so I made a video yesterday, and I talked about it a little bit with my friend Alex. I'll have a link to it on my Twitter if you guys want to go check it out. But I honestly, Series 5 is all right. 5 Pro, yeah, I think that's decent. But I mean, there's not really much different from last year, you know. And there's a golf edition, which I guess, yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's a golf edition, which I guess is cool, but whatever. I listen.
What is the golf edition supposed to do?
You can hit it with a golf ball. You can hit it with a golf club and it'll survive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I use my Apple Watch for playing golf all the time, and it's like
it's actually a golf ball, but it
just
opens
tracks
as a watch. It tracks how fast the golf ball is going.
Yeah. Like it's so pointless this year. But I mean,
just like our sponsor, nothing.
I mean, which one would you guys recommend if you guys had to recommend one?
Neither.
I'd
recommend an Apple Watch.
I'd recommend Landline.
Landline. yeah.
Just
me
go
too.
straight to the 90s.
Me too. I mean, if I really had to, I don't know why I had.
You wouldn't
on. Sorry, I had my alarm on my phone for. I don't know why, but okay. If I really had to, though, honestly, 5 Pro. I mean, that's got the most changes. I think.
Good thing you'll be able to get an Apple Watch Pro soon enough.
Yeah, true. But I mean, that's my thoughts. I don't think that there's much, so.
I was going to make a video about the Samsung event, and my thumbnail was just going to be, but why though, on a white background.
Oh god.
And that's literally all the video would be. but why don't?
Yeah,
Just
I
stop.
could see that. I could see that, Connor. I could see that.
I'm going to make that now just to spite you.
Oh God. Oh man. But yeah. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Benji, Connor?
Nah, I'm just looking at the
Do you want to talk about how
Galaxy
many
Watch
times I
5.
cancelled you
Bruh.
today?
Connor, I mean Benji, I gotta say, you've been looking down a lot during this podcast. What are you looking at, bro?
Yeah. Texting
I'm looking at my next smartwatch, Taylor.
Oh.
He's been looking at his next phone.
Wait, are you actually gonna get one of those watches?
No,
Do it. Buy it on stream.
Oh.
Buy it on stream.
Buy it on stream.
I don't think my bank account would allow it.
Yeah, true.
I mean, if you sold that paperweight that's in your pocket at the moment, it would work.
yeah.
But anyway, I think
on.
those are all the news topics we had for today. We managed to get through them pretty quickly.
Yep.
Even though
Yeah,
we planned for this podcast to go over an hour, and it hasn't.
And it won't be over an hour because of the amounts of things we'll have to edit out of it.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
It's probably gonna end up being like a 5-minute podcast. If we're lucky.
So many things I could say to cancel your rice here right now.
Please don't.
I'll just go on Joe Rogan and I'll say it there.
We're a year in and we don't want to get canceled at this point.
Listen,
Please.
my podcast is long dead. I'm just going to bring someone down with it.
Oh Jesus.
This is not gonna be good.
Bring yourself down, Connor.
Don't worry, I won't cancel you.
So that I guess is about it.
I can't wait to see the next episodes with just you guys. I really can't. And best believe I will be watching.
Benji's going to walk out of the podcast.
Benji's gonna be like, I quit.
I see there's a window there that Benji wants to jump out of.
No, my dad's being creepy and he's looking into the window.
Bring
anyway,
him into the podcast. Let's see him.
No, we're gonna get even more cancelled if that happens.
Hashtag dog reveal.
Hashtag dog review. Yeah. So.
Anyway, so that's about it for today's episode. Does anybody have any last thoughts?
No, that's pretty much it.
Why?
Don't worry, guys. This isn't my last goodbye. I will be back.
This is only going to be temporary.
Connor really does love my spot and doesn't want to give it back to me because I see that happening. Connor.
I mean, maybe I'll just become a permanent host. You don't know. I don't think you'll want me after this.
Like a couple weeks into Connor being the co-host, everybody's like, "Oh, that Connor guy is so much better than Taylor. Don't bring Taylor back."
I can see that listen. I'm scared because I can really see that happening. See that happening.
Taylor will be swiftly back. Don't worry.
Probably won't happen. Though. There's only probably won't happen though because there's only like 5 people watching the podcast anyway. But
hey,
listen. Worst comes to worst, we could just turn this into a Mr. Smartwatch, Benji, and Connor podcast.
I mean, that's what it's going to be by the time you get back anyway.
Try to get cancelled.
Yeah, exactly.
I have one last thought. Why is the world round? Why are we here? What's the point of everything?
Why does Tim Cook exist?
Yeah, exactly.
What's a computer?
Why does the CEO of Samsung go by DJ?
Oh Jesus. Okay, guys.
Because that's the stage job
right here. Because these two have gone completely haywire. So with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Well, they'll see us next week. They won't see Taylor. Taylor's gonna be.
Bye. We're
not
canceling you now.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Samsung secretly works for Apple.
much.